Steve's with us in Houston. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help?
Earlier this year, my mother was diagnosed with dementia, and because she was unable to care for herself, we had to move her from her home in Florida to where I live here in Texas, and she's now in an assisted living. We just sold her house for a December close, and I just found out that my brother, who's in the will, has requested his inheritance after the closing of the house. I was going to take the proceeds as her power of attorney, take those proceeds and invest them so we can make sure that she has enough money for her care. Because of the dementia, we feel she may be moved into a memory care facility, which the cost for those go up dramatically from what I understand.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, is it common to ask for your inheritance early? Is it even legal?
Well, you can ask for it, but you're the power of attorney.
Correct.
If you choose to distribute some of your mother's wealth to her children, that would be in violation of your fiduciary responsibility, which is to take care of her with her money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this legally. You would be subject to lawsuit. If she comes up short of money to take care of her and you gave your brother the money, the other siblings are coming after you, or they could. You see?
I don't think I'd see it.
Okay, well, you're the power of attorney. Now, you'll have to ask an attorney, but this is correct. Okay, I'm not practicing law here. I'm the power of attorney on a bunch of crap. And so when you're the power of attorney, it means you have what's called a fiduciary trust responsibility, which means you are to act in the best interest of the person whom you are power for. In this case, your mom.
Understand.
Okay? If you do not do that, you could be liable for suit by anyone that is harmed by you doing that. So an example would be you choose to give your brother his share of the inheritance out of this before she has passed, and then she comes up short on money and the other siblings have to chip in to take care of mom. They have now been harmed by your inappropriate handling of this money because you didn't act in her best interest because you already told us what's in her best interest. She might need the money.
That is correct.
So you legally have to tell him no to protect yourself.
Wow. Excellent. Wow. Okay.
Which is what you wanted to do anyway, but
yeah. I mean, Steve, you're not going to allow your brother's wants to get in the way of what your mom needs. And that's just the bottom line. So you would have him. How many siblings do you all have?
Well, it's just my brother and the grandkids that are in the will.
Okay.
My sisters and I are not in the will.
That's
because
weird.
we have kids. Well, we have kids that are in the will. But
your kids are in the will instead of you personally. I see. Then the kids would be the one, whoever stands to benefit from the money that is going to be messed up if she needs money and doesn't have any. Could come after you. So what you would do is check with the way to handle this relationally is talk to the attorney that drew the will up and verify what I just told you to be true. And then you can go back and you don't have to say I talked to Dave Ramsey because Dave Ramsey don't know nothing, right? So you just say I talked to the attorney and the attorney says I would be liable if we come up short and I'm not willing to take that chance. So you'll just have to wait. By the way, an inheritance, technically speaking, is what happens when someone dies.
That's right.
If there's any money left.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. Jeez, a whiz.
Man,
people get a will.
Man.
Draw up a will. This is a prime example
Some people's
of
children.
what can happen if you don't have it. It's important. Go to DaveRamsey.com.
I'm glad Mama had a will. Glad she had power of attorney, and she gave it to the right kid.
She did it the right way.
Yeah, the right kid got it because he got sense.